Good morning, everyone. This is Balaji and work for Wells Fargo. So, having 20 years of experience in various streams like especially Microsoft, MSBI, Power BI, Power Apps, Power Automate, SQL, and RPA, UiPath as well. These are the core areas, right? So, Power Apps. Power Apps, what is this basically? Basically, it's a application development tool where you can design your own application for your internal purpose or external uses as well. When I say internal, within the organization, outside organization, you can't access it. When I say external, right, both internal users and outside users can access it. So, Power Apps is an application development tool where a non-technical developer can design their own applications by simply drag and drop it. Okay. Yes. Actually, it's been started from 2015 and it allows developers and non-technical users to build mobile applications under selected templates. What do you mean by that? Yes. We already discussed a point. Power Apps is an application development tool from Microsoft, specially designed for developers and citizen developers. Citizen developers means a developer who has very minimal technical knowledge. Very minimal technical knowledge. Okay, right. So, so you can see that here the second point: citizen developers targeting non-technical users. I know how to run the business, but I don't know how to design my own application without taking the help of developers. That's where exactly Power Apps will comes into the picture. So Power Apps is also known as low code, no code application development tool. So it doesn't require coding concepts. You don't require to have .NET or else Java, some other language. When I used a word called the .NET and Java, you can ask me a question. Balaji, we know Java and .NET, these two also can be used to develop an application, right? But what is the major difference between Java, .NET, Python, and Power Apps? Java, .NET, Python, these applications helps us in building either web application or Windows-based applications. But whereas Power Apps helps us in building web-based applications, mobile-based applications, and tablet-based, any device-based applications can be designed uh, by using Power Apps, which is not feasible with other programming languages like Python, .NET, Java. It requires, if you want to go for Android, you need to have Android applications. If you want to go with the Apple iPhones, you should be well versed with the iOS operating system and Windows devices. So users can create, manage, and share business applications on iOS, Android, and Windows devices. A single application can be deployed on three different mobile devices without doing any compatible operation. That is the beauty of Power Apps. Are you clear on that? Let me take a pause over here and then I'm happy to hear questions from you. Prashanti, you just joined, right? I would need your, you haven't joined the audio. Okay, fine. Yeah. Any questions, Amma? Any questions? Anita and Chananu?
No, no,
Vinay
no.
has already completed. Right.
No, Balaji, nothing.
Yeah, yeah. Now you can ask me a question. Balaji, what kind of uh, browsers does it supports? It supports any browser and any mobile and any tablet applications. So Power Apps is user friendly and works in any browser and any mobile devices like phone or tablet, right? As we discussed, it's a low code, no code tool. The objective of Power Apps is to enable business users to build new capabilities, new features, and functionalities via apps without writing a single line of code. You don't require to write a single line of code to design the application. You can manage up to 95% by writing a single line of code. Rest of the 5% is very minimal code actually, a single line, right? It's a simple. You can easily understand it. It's like any English language. Yeah, yeah. So basically, we discussed something called low code, no code tool. So Power Apps is a service-based application that is used to develop custom-based applications for our organization. It is also known as low code, no code tool. It's a low code, no code tool that users can build applications quickly by using Power Apps. Okay, sir? Right. Next point. So we discussed what is Power Apps and what kind of applications can be designed using Power Apps application. Who are all the target audience? What kind of users can work on these particular Power Apps, right? And what kind of browsers does it supports? And next one is what kind of data sources that can be integrated with it. All Microsoft products can be integrated with Power Apps directly. All on-premise or cloud-based applications, databases, file systems can be directly integrated with the Power Apps without any, without any built-in, without any extra plugin actually. See, Power Apps helps to build applications that contain connected to several data sources in various online and on-premise as such as Office 365, SharePoint, Excel, SQL Server, Microsoft Azure, Dynamics 365, Jira, OneDrive, Power BI, and so on. If you know Power BI, we must be seeing an option called Dataverse. Dataverse is a concept that comes from Power Apps, right? So these are all the different data sources where the application directly connects to. It can also connect external devices. See, people will be under impression that Power Apps is from Microsoft. So it, it does supports only Microsoft products. That's a wrong impression. It does supports other data sources as well. It does supports Oracle. It does supports Teradata, MySQL, DB2. Any database can be connected. That is the meaning of the statement. Right? It also connects the external data sources directly inside the app. Once your app is ready, you can publish it and share it with our team members in our organization. Once you are done with the application development, you can share this application to your organization members. By using Power Apps, you can easily and quickly build your business applications, which are so responsive in design. You can create high-speed applications, much responsive applications. Sir, why I'm reading every point over here is when you go through this document, it shouldn't be a sudden surprise for you. That's the reason I'm pointing every statement over here. Right. Next concept is which is really, really important. Power platform. Power platform. Sir, power platform is basically a Power Apps, right? And then Dataverse, Power BI, Power Automate, and AI virtual agent. Combinedly, we call it as a Power Platform. Power Apps, Dataverse, Power BI, Power Automate, and Virtual Agent. So let us see each and every tool in detailed way. In detailed way. Okay. Let us see how all these things works actually. Right. For Power Apps, we have already given the introduction to Power Apps actually. Power Apps is an application development tool where you can design and share like web-based and device-based applications. It can connect to various data sources. Doesn't matter whether the data source is on-premise or cloud. Of course, it also supports to connect external data sources as well. External data sources as well, right? So second one. So, so Dataverse is a database. We also call it as RDBMS. RDBMS. Relational Database Management System. Dataverse is an RDBMS. It has its own tables on top of it. You can create your own tables for our application development process, right? It has its own sample databases, right? And on top of it, you can create your own tables and insert the data as per our requirement. So data verse, yeah, sorry. Hello, Sarvani, I can hear some background noise. Hello, okay. I would need your email ID and then contact number. Prashanti and Sarvani, Sravani, you just joined, right? So can you please ping me your email ID and then contact number so that I can share the recording session, which is recording currently. You can ping me in the chat window, Zoom chat window. I'll take it up. Yeah. So, do you have any questions on Power Apps and Dataverse? I'm happy to answer it if you have any questions on top of these two questions. These two. Any questions?
Can you repeat this data verse once?
Dataverse. Okay, sure, sure. Dataverse is nothing but in Power Apps, we have three types of applications. Power Apps support three types of applications, right? Number one, Canvas applications. Number two, model-driven applications. Number three, portal applications. These model-driven applications must be designed using a database, a table, or tables which are related. These tables comes from a dataverse. So dataverse is like a database where it has its own system defined tables. On top of them, you can create your own custom tables as. Are we good now?
Yes, Balaji. So to create tables, we are using this.
Not only create the table, Amma, we can create the tables, we can store the data, and these tables can be used in Power Apps or Power Automate or Power BI as well for data visualization purpose.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what. If you go to Power BI, where you can see, yeah, where you can go to get data, where you can find this option called Dataverse. If you are learning Power BI or else if you are well versed with Power BI, you can find that option. Right. 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 Shravani, you can share your contact number as well. Right.
Oh,
Next one is Power BI. As we all know, Power BI is a data visualization tool. Data visualization tool. I have the business data in a unstructured format. I have my business data in Excel format. So Excel is having data, in a unstructured, fully unstructured format. So if you try to generate a report from the unstructured format, you will be getting wrong numbers in our report. So that Excel data can be fully formatted in Power Query, in Excel Power Query, right? And then visualize the data in a complete proper dashboard format. So Power BI is a, a data visualization tool from Microsoft Corporation, which is finest tool after Tableau. Right. Any questions on the first three tools, Amma? Power Apps, Dataverse, and Power BI? Any questions on this? Any questions on this?
no.
Okay. Right. Thank you. And then Power Automate. Power Automate is a robotic process automation tool. Robotic process automation tool. See, we have RPA tools, robotic process automation tools. Number one, UiPath, and then Work Fusion, OpenSpan, right? And Automation Anywhere, Blue Prism. Along with all these tools, we have Power Automate from Microsoft. So, what is this exactly? What is this RPA? Where exactly this RPA tool will comes into the picture? What activities can be achieved? You have these many questions in our mind. So let me answer all these questions one by one. So Power Automate is an RPA tool. What is RPA? Robotic Process Automation. You are trying to automate your business process by using a software application called robotics, right? So for example, you have been doing a manual activity, right? You have been doing a activity manually for the past years, which is really taking long time. So manual repetitive activities can be automated by using a software application called RPA tool. RPA, robotic process automation tool. Guys, I can hear background noise. Can you please go on mute? If you have any questions, you can unmute yourself and then talk to me, please. So that is about RPA tool. Power Automate is an RPA tool from Microsoft. Do you have any questions? Do you have any questions?
No.
Okay. Now, virtual agent is nothing but chatbots. This is the place where the developer can create chatbots. It keep asking you the questions and it serves you without 24 by 7, without human manual intervention, right? It answers your questions, right? The answer will vary based on the question. But based on the questions, your answer will be varied. So, chatbots can be designed by using AI virtual agent. These are the five different applications tools available under one platform called Power Automate. So, see that. I have given very in detailed description of every application or a tool from the Power Platform. Power Platform covers all the parts that make any software architecture, develop, design, data, business, service process, and user interface. So, when you consider an application or else a business require data. My business require data was. My business requires some user interface to order something, Power Apps. I need some reports for my data analytics purpose. I can order the products by using Power Automate, right? During my absence, my virtual agent, virtual assistant can help you up to certain extent. Are we good? So you can incorporate all these five tools in one business. Am I making sense, guys? Am I making sense? That is the first line he's talking about. Power Apps is a flavor of is one of the flavor of our platform, which includes all these things. First one, Dataverse. As an information system or a database, it stores the data used by the business application. Specifically, they are stored in standardized tables, although custom tables can be created. Yes, as we discussed, Power Apps and Dataverse is having its own system-defined tables along with the data. On top of it, you can customize and create your own tables along with the data. And these tables are easy to use and manage and secure. So simply, Dataverse is an RDBMS, Relation Database Management System. Any questions on this point, my dear friends? Any questions on this, my dear friends? Any questions on this, my dear friends?
No, as of now, no.
Okay, yeah. Power Apps. It's a user interface where you can create the application. See, I want to order a product. So you need a portal, either flipkart.com or else amazon.in. So when you open the application is nothing but user interface where you can see some interface where it requires some kind of manual intervention to feed the data, right? So UI can be created by using Power Apps. Right. Power Apps has artificial intelligence and connection to Dataverse to facilitate the creation, and it can also integrate enterprise technologies such as Azure 365 and Dynamics. We already discussed this one. We already discussed this one. And one of our friend was asking, is there a relationship between Power Apps and Dataverse? Yes. In Power Apps applications, Power Apps supports three types of applications. One is Canvas applications and model driven, and last one is portal. Model driven applications simply need simply need a model. When I say model, data wars will comes into the picture for sure. So there is a direct relationship between data wars and Power Apps. Are you clear on the point? Are you clear on the point?
As Balaji, for this we need an SQL here.
Not SQL, right? Not SQL. We don't write SQL here. We write the tables and we drag and drop the column section.
Okay.
We don't require to use any single SQL and we can use it if you want, but it's not mandatory. It's not like a Power BI or MSBI. Yes or no?
Okay. Thank
I think that makes you feel happy, huh?
you. Seriously.
Because SQL is very much mandatory for other tools, but not for Power Apps. If but it's better to have some kind of knowledge to cross the interviews. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. At least up to join center. at least up to joins. It's very much fine because we hardly use it, right? But you can use it. There is a possibility to integrate it, but it may come across, or you may not come across these kind of scenarios to use SQL in your projects. So, unfortunately, if you come across the situation, you should not like a hands up. You should be in a position to deliver the task. So, have some knowledge. That, see, having some knowledge is not a waste, right? Definitely useful for your career. Yes, Monica.
Yeah, sure.
See, initially you said, I felt happy. Now you are saying better to have some. No, no, no. It's really helpful, Amma. That makes the difference when compared with others. I'm seriously telling you.
Okay.
Yeah, that really makes the difference when compared with the other. See, I know only Power Apps. You know Power Apps along with the SQL. Definitely, your profile will be scrutinized along with other and compared with others for
Yeah.
sure. Because company you may uses you in other areas as well.
Mm-hmm.
So that will be useful for you and company.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. So Power BI. This is one of the business intelligence tool, right? Where you can transform the data, modeling the data, visualizing the data, right? So it's a very powerful data integration and data visualization tool. And finally, you can publish your reports to cloud environment called Power BI services. And the cloud environment URL is app.powerbi.com. This is really powerful and really powerful. After Tableau, Tableau is world's best tool in terms of reporting data visualization. And the next is Power BI. Next is Power BI, right? So it's really good. But in order to have some knowledge, get some knowledge, gather some knowledge in Power BI, you should be expert on DAX, DAX, data analysis expressions. That's a separate query language that will apply on Power BI, right? Okay. Next one is Power Automate. Power Automate is a powerful flow engine for RPA. It creates a workflow. It creates a workflow. For example, I'm trying to do some sequence of activities. Sequence of activities. For example, I want to open my personal loan account in HDFC. What should I do now? First activity is launch the browser. Second activity is type hdfcbank.com and then press enter. It opens up the account and then search for personal loans and click on personal loans and then you search for you provide all your details and submit it, right? So these are the sequence of steps that we create, and these sequence of steps can be automated using RPA tool because that is the common procedure for anyone. So it's a repetitive, common activity, and these activities can be automated by using RPA tools. Are we good on it? It's a flow, workflow, I can say flow. A, B, C, D, it's a workflow. Are we good, Amma?
As well.
Yeah. And next one is virtual agent, right? Tool for creating chatbots, which can be published on multiple platforms such as Teams, Power Pages, web applications, and then mobile, mobile, and any applications, anywhere. So, for example, when you open an application in the app, a top bottom right hand side, it opens a window, right? That window assists you in all possible ways actually. That's nothing but a chatbot. Even if you go to bank, people are asking you to use what is that? Mobile banking. Mobile banking. When you go with mobile banking also works with the chatbots because it is answering all of your questions. That is much more accurate and faster than a human. So once you create the chatbot, these chatbots can be integrated with any of these applications. So these are the different tools and applications available under our platform. Do we have any questions, Amma? Do you have any questions? Okay. Right. Sir, but all these can be integrated in one project. Yes. All these five, at least four, can be integrated in one account, one project. Yes. For example, we have Anita. Anita is a new team member who recently joined with us, who has no access to Power Apps application, right? So now, and she is our friend called Anita. So now she is trying to raise a request. She is trying to raise a request. So in order to raise a request, you need some UI, right? In application. That application has been designed using Power Apps. So this is your Power Apps application form where the user can fill in and submit it. Whatever the data that you have submitted using this UI stores into SharePoint. Use the SharePoint data for our visualization purpose, right? It's a Power BI. And in another direction, whatever the data stored in the like SharePoint is like a tabular format. It is not useful for my data analysis. So I want to convert it into an email format. I want to convert this data into email format. What is that? Application requested Power Apps version so and so. Server component, yes. Username, yes. Password, so and so. You need to convert all these details into an email format. That's where exactly Power Automate will comes into the picture. Power Automate is a RPA tool, right? If it is successfully completed, it sends a mail, it send out a mail to your manager for further approvals, right? If it fails, then again you have to submit the request. Again, you have to submit the request. Okay. Fortunately, your request is sent to manager for further approval. Yes. And he approved it. Manager has approved the request. Your request has been approved. And then the mail sent to functional departments, specific functional team who can grant the permissions. Who can grant the permissions. Now, when he check it, he will check another level of verification. As part of his verification, if it is authenticated, then he send a mail to the business users saying that, hey, your application is accepted and it will be done in another 24 hours of a time. So, see here now. See here, it's a complete end-to-end process where multiple tools got involved. Power Apps application to design the application, front-end application. And then this is like a dataverse where we store the business data and take the data from the dataverse and then put that in a proper format and send a mail to the business manager for further approval. And then if he approves, then it goes to the respective team who can really act on it And then see, send a mail to user of rejection. Unfortunately, if he rejected, he sends a mail to the things now with the reason for rejection. Hey, you haven't filled all the mandatory details, so that's the reason, hence your request got rejected. Please create a new one, new request by filling all the mandatory details or something. Are we good now? Are we good now?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So it's like an end-to-end process, back-end process. Right. Sir, how to access the Power Apps applications? Make.powerapps.com. I'll open it. Make.powerapps.com. This is and this is how the Power Apps application looks like, where you can create three types of applications using Power Apps: Canvas, model driven, and portal applications. It's trying to open types of applications along with the templates. Come on. Yes. See, we have templates actually. We have templates. You can use any of these templates. Okay. Create a blank. So this is a Canvas application. Model driven application using Dataverse. See, build an application on top of the data that is already stored in the Dataverse. We call it as we call it as model driven application. Hope I answered your question perfectly and practically, Anita.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh my God, what happened here? Right. And then this is pages, portal applications. See, these two applications can be used within the organization, and this application can be shared with the outside organizations as well. So, for example, for quarter, we are done with the quarter one. Now, yesterday, I'm done with the newsletter and I want to publish all my share details in and everything to outside our organization. So we design Power Pages or portal applications. Create a no-code website for internal and external audience. So we have three types of applications. Right?
So even
Conclusion.
based also internal and external as
Sorry, sorry.
web based, like model
Yeah, yeah,
driven.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Both the Canvas and model-driven application supports web-based, mobile, and any device-based applications. But these applications can be used within the organization. Out of the organization, you can't access it.
Oh,
Emma, are we good?
okay.
Okay. Sir, what is the conclusion? What is the conclusion? What is the conclusion? The conclusion is, with the help of Power Apps, we can build and personalize business apps quickly without depending on IT professionals and programmers. You can directly connect with the actually Power Apps applications can be get that you can get that by subscribing into Microsoft 365. See, users can subscribe to Microsoft Power Apps in Office 365 or Dynamics 365 or an individual product. This is our individual product. See, where it prompts you to provide the username and password. I'll share these credentials in tomorrow's session, right? This is how the total Power Apps application looks like. If you see that here, we covered three things. Oh, what are the things? We covered Power Apps and then Dataverse, right? Dataverse tables, Dataverse. Right? These are all the different tables we have. System defined tables. On top of it, you can create your own tables and then Power Automate. Power Automate, right? See, Power Automate can integrate with the Power Automate, Power BI, Power Pages, Virtual Agent. And this is our admin portal. So all are interrelated. All are interrelated. The way we explain this particular data flow diagram. Yes, yes. So, any questions now? Do you have any questions, my dear friends? Feeling bored or something, or else interesting?
No, it's interesting.
Chandana, Himvindu, Prashanti, Shravani, are you following Amma?
Yes, Balaji.
Okay, okay. Now see, I have given very high level information over here. Advantages of using Power Apps. Easy to create the applications using Power Apps. You can simply drag and drop it, and it supports web-based, desktop-based, and mobile-based or tablet-based applications. So device-based applications. For device-based applications, Power Apps is the best app. It can connect to various data sources, and you can deploy this app to mobile as well. Low cost, and it can create a Microsoft workflow. It can integrate with the Power Apps is fully integrated with the Microsoft Flow or Automate. We already discussed at that point. It is already integrated. You can simply reuse it. But I'm going to explain this as we move on. As we move on, you can easily and quickly create a flow, Microsoft workflow, not flow, workflow for our business needs. Efficiency, it's much, sir. We are not going to create big and complex applications using Power Apps. Sir. We create simple and middle level complicated applications. It's not like a rigid applications that we are going to create using these Power Apps. Okay, right. So it can directly integrate with the Office 365 as we already discussed, right? Yes. So these are the advantages uh, of using Power Apps applications. When to use Power Apps applications? Same concept. I think I should delete this one. It's not required. We have the repetition actually. When the field executives enter the data in a spreadsheet, and when they are out of the field, see, you can explain the same thing, right? For example, I am a marketing executive, right? I'm a marketing executive where I enter the data in a spreadsheet. If I lost the spreadsheet, I will be losing all the contact details. So you can create your own application and deploy it into your mobile, and then you can feed the data. You can feed the data because Power App supports mobile and device-based applications. You can start working with a new client. There will be diligence occurrence by that time. Organizations should match several criteria and examine various databases, right? So, and third point, when there will be a time to create model standards like contracts, those who can automate it based on the many different metadata and criteria. So you can easily carry it anywhere, sir, to anywhere, sir. You can carry the applications to anywhere. It's not like a laptop. You can carry it through a device or else. See, even if you go to a restaurant, people are the mobile app has been installed on their mobiles. So they're taking the order on their mobile. So they doesn't require to carry such a long and lengthy, tedious, heavyweight liftings. I mean to say laptops, right? Business enterprises eager in creating the customized 365, 360, Microsoft 365 systems that consist of user reporting, micro workflows, and workflows. So if you want to create Office 365 applications where it consists of new users, registration, reporting, and workflows, You can go with the Power Apps actually directly supports. When an IT department support team need to track the assets, for example, they are tracking. We have IT industry, right? Now, now every day if you go to MNCs, every day people comes to you, sir. Can you please sign on this particular mail or else device? Why? Why should I sign? Why I am approving by signing on it? I am approving AC is under control. It's not too high, it's not too low. So they are taking the approval from us. They are not asking in a laptop or desktop. They carry a device. So it's very easy for you to carry the device to capture how many assets we have. How assets means laptops, desktops, chairs, everything is an asset to the organization. Let's see, fifth point is predominantly talking about when an IT department support team needs track data assets such as hardware components, software licenses, mobile devices. You can carry the things in your mobile. Many marketing automation tools used when tracking details like a customer interaction and their responses. These are the different areas where we can use Power Apps application directly. Right. What do you need to start with the Power Apps application development process? You simply need what is the prerequisite to learn and start working on this particular Power Apps. Power Apps Studio, where we can develop the applications, or else Power Apps web applications. We don't require this one, either this one or this one, right? Power Apps web application is again a Power Apps application. That's where exactly this application will come to the picture. Make.powerapps.com. So these two are the development tools where the developer can create the applications either by using Studio or by using web applications. Right. So now, again, sir, as we discussed, we have three types of applications: Canvas application, model-driven application, and portal applications. We'll see that in tomorrow's session. I'm going to take a pause over here. I'm going to